Hi, Katie.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I should call you Dr.
I'm
Eick.
trying to control these beasts.
So, Katie, where are we going?
Going for a walk.
All right.
It's a lovely day outside.
And how often do you walk your dogs,
Never.
Katie? Never.
Can you tell?
Can you believe that? Dr.
tell?
Eick doesn't walk her dogs.
So here's the thing. I do believe that exercise is important for dogs. Sunshine is doubly important for dogs, just like people. They need to be outside for some portion of the day. But if you cannot walk your dog, clearly I cannot, or you don't have the time, or you have too many dogs, which we also have too many dogs, then as long as you have some space for them to be outside during the day, and they get their sunshine and they get some exercise in your yard, then that's great. If you don't happen to have space or time, you live in an apartment or your yard is pretty small, then it is important for them to get out and get some exercise. Yes, there are benefits, but there's also situations where you just can't walk your dogs, or sometimes they don't even want to go for a walk. So my dogs are outside. We let them out to go to the bathroom. We hang out with them outside when the weather's nice. We do have an invisible fence in our front yard so that the dogs that are trained on the invisible fence can actually hang out in the front yard. One of them hangs out almost all day. He doesn't want to come inside. So he gets plenty of exercise in the front yard. He gets plenty of sunshine when the weather's nice. So there are many, many reasons why it is important, but there are also reasons why sometimes you don't walk your dogs. I have too many. They don't love to go on leash. They don't love to be outside of their environment. They don't like to see other dogs on the trails. I feel like it kind of stresses them out. So we just let them hang out at home and get exercise in the yard. Let's go. Come on, get inside. Get inside. Not you. You're going back in the stroller. Get inside. Nope. Look at her, like I'm gonna kill her. Like I've ever hurt you in your life. Come on.
Dr. Eick, how important is walking your dog for weight management?
So in my opinion, it's not. I do believe they should get exercise, but I don't think that is why dogs are overweight, because they're not walking, right? They're couch potatoes, yes, but most of our dogs are overweight or obese because they're eating too much. So a dog food bag, the label on a dog food bag is based on the nutritional needs of an intact working male dog, not a neutered male or female that's lounging on the sofa all day. So we're just feeding them too much. So my guideline for people is I feed a cup per 30 pounds of ideal body weight per day. That's where we start, and then we go up or down from there. So like this little dog, she was eating too much and she was really, really fat. And she was cute.
You?
Yes.
That?
She was fat.
No.
She was cute, but she has luxating patellas, and so I worried about her knees as she got older. So we cut her food back, and she dropped the weight just like that. So it really, weight management in dogs to me is more about how much food are they eating. And people forget treats also have calories. So a milk bone, the milk bone, regular size milk bones have as many calories as a large Snickers bar. That's a lot for an animal.
Wow.
I mean, think about, a 50-pound dog eating a Snickers bar every day. That's a lot of calories.
A lot.
So we just have to be mindful about what they're eating. It's the same for people.
For animals that have arthritis, should they go on walks or not?
Yes, they should. I usually tell my clients to let them sort of dictate how far they want to go, and then you can get an idea of kind of what your route should be for that day. But movement is always very helpful to keep the joints lubricated. So if you think about, like I have arthritis, I wake up in the morning and I shuffle to the bathroom, but I warm out of it and I don't even think about it the rest of the day. It's only when I first wake up in the morning. And so you can kind of get an idea if your dog is starting to have arthritis with that exact same measure. When they first wake up, when they first get up from laying for a long time, are they stiff and slow? And then they're fine the rest of the day, or they're fine once they get up and warm out of it. That's kind of a classic symptom for arthritis. And then that's something that you should talk to your vet about. We've got lots of great supplements out there for joint health, diets for joint health. Weight management is extremely important for joint health. These dogs that are overweight, especially if they have shoulder arthritis, they carry 60% of their body weight on those front legs. And so when they have shoulder arthritis, carrying any extra weight really causes a lot of stress in those joints. Also very important for puppies not to be overweight, because you can cause environmental degenerative joint disease basically by putting too much stress on those joints as they're young and growing. So I always want my puppies to be on the thin side, not super skinny, but on the thinner side of pudgy.
Nice and lean.
Nice and lean. Yep.
How can I get my puppy to learn how to walk on a leash?
So number one, I would advise training, formal training. Put in the effort when they're young and you get the benefit of when they're older. But the first thing to do is make sure they can wear their collar. I don't like for dogs to keep, especially puppies, to keep the collar on like when they're in their crate, because they get stuck on stuff or they'll get their toenail caught in it. But get them used to it. Just put it on for a little bit of time every day to try to get them used to it. And then when they're ready for a leash, you can attach a leash to it and let them drag it behind them. Not trying to pull on them or make them walk with it. Let them get used to the fact that they have that leash on. And then you just gradually work them into it. But hiring a trainer or taking them to puppy class is the best way to get dogs kind of used to collar, leash, harness. I'm a big harness proponent versus collars. Sometimes collars, especially if it's a really high energy dog, you can actually do some damage to their neck if you have to pull on it. So I like harnesses. You get more control of the whole body of the dog. And there's all kinds of harnesses, out there. You just look on.
And how do you feel about choke collars?
I am not a huge proponent of choke collars. I do think that they probably have their place, but used appropriately. Under the supervision of a trainer that knows what they're doing, then you might be okay with a choke collar. I think there are some dogs that, do need a little bit more, like big dogs, big muscular dogs probably need a little bit more control than just what a cloth collar will get you. But I don't think that just you should go out and get a choke collar, because you can use them wrong and you can cause damage to their trachea. So it really needs to be under the supervision of the trainer.
Well, thank you, Dr. Eick and Flower, for a wonderful afternoon walk.
We're so glad you came with us.